Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. So today I'm going to be wrapping presents while I talk about books because I'm needing to multitask. It's the Christmas season, so there's a lot going on. So you might not see me like looking at the screen as much as I normally do, or like may seem distracted. It's probably because I am, I'll just be honest. So the current two books that I am reading physically are our book club book for the month of December, The Christmas Appeal by Janice Hallett. Look at this cover, how pretty it is. I love this cover so much. Tamara in our book club picked this one, and it's cool because it is like a spin-off from the book that we read last year. Was it? Yeah, one of our books we read last year. It's like a continuation of that, so that's always fun. Normally we don't do like sequels because of, you know, like it's book club, so we may not have time to read the original. Not everyone may have read the original, blah, blah, blah. But this one's cool because basically the way that it works is the original book is just called The Appeal. And essentially you are following these people who are in a play. So it's written in like multimedia, which is fun. I always enjoy books like that. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm so bad at wrapping presents. Like I am the worst at wrapping presents. So I always dread it every year, but I love like giving people presents, but I hate buying presents or wrapping presents. But anyways, so the first book, you are following this like play group as they, it's like all these rich like families, honestly, and there's like a big scandal during the play, like a murder happens, but you're also following these two like law students. And it's like kind of like a book within a book, or like a story within a story, because you're following the law students as they're trying to figure out what has happened as they go through like the paperwork. So all of like, you're going through like text messages back and forth between some of the like characters, and then you're reading the play as it goes on, seeing emails, like things like that. I love stuff like that. I think it's really cool because it kind of feels like you're finding out the mystery with the characters, because you basically are. I will say the first one, and really this one so far, there are definitely some slow points. This one's really short. It's a novella. We did that on purpose just because it's December. It's harder to keep up with books and the book club. And I think that so far you can read this one without having to read the first one, but it is kind of cool to have read the first one because you get a little bit more context on the characters previously. But from what I understand, it is a like standalone story. It's pretty good so far. I do think that we just got to the middle, so I'm at like the literally like 50%, and the like mystery has actually happened now. So, but also the book's only like 200 and something pages, maybe less. So it's still interesting. They're so petty, and I think that is hilarious how petty they are. And then the other book that I'm reading physically right now is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the sequel to Six of Crows in the duology. I have not read anything else by Leigh Bardugo in the like Grishaverse. She has like a kind of like a multiverse thing like Sarah J. Maas. This one and Six of Crows are the only ones that I have read in the Grishaverse. And I haven't finished this one. I'm only like a tiny portion of the way through this one, about that much, yeah. And Six of Crows is one of my favorite books. It has been a while since I read it. I think I read it in either 2020 or 2021. I can't remember exactly. Wrapped my present. This one's Hunter's, so it's a secret. Look at my wrapping paper. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. We love to see it. So yeah, anyways, this one is, I really like the speed so far. It started off really fast paced, which is what I remember Six of Crows being. I kind of put this one off because I've heard it's like super emotional and like very sad, which I can understand that because I think the first one really was too, but it's just really good. It's very like, so the plot of the first one is you're following like this group of like kind of band together, like almost like a found family trope for sure. everyone is from like a different area, has a different background, and they're all coming together to try to stop the making of this drug. It very much gives like vibes of like Arkham City, like Batman type things, except not, I don't know how to describe it other than just like the atmosphere. It's very like Gotham-esque, like you're in the city Ketterdam, which is like in the trenches basically, and like the slums. And your main character Kaz, well, I guess he's your main character. You have a good bit of main characters because again, you're following like a group of friends. It's very much like heist focused. It's very action packed, very fast paced. If any of that sounds interesting, and it's fantasy, but it's like grounded in reality, I guess. Like it could be, I would say it's not like high fantasy. Like they're in like a normal city, but there are different powers and different kind of factions and things like that. It's very good. I also feel like the fantasy elements aren't super complicated, so I would recommend this to like if you are new to fantasy as well. I switched angles a little bit. I apologize if that bothers you. But next, the audiobooks that I'm listening to that I'll put on the screen as well are, I am listening to the next Harry Potter book, so Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling. We're listening to these on audiobook. God, I messed this present up so bad. Why do I always do this? I had enough paper, but I thought I had too much, so I cut it wrong. I'm gonna try to make it work because I don't want to waste this paper. But anyways, this one is a lot better than I remembered. I haven't reread these books in forever. I haven't reread these in a long time, so I kind of forgot the plot of them. Or at least like, obviously I know the plot of Harry Potter, but I kind of forgot like how each one was different, things like that. So it's been nice revisiting it, and we're doing it for like kind of like a side book club and just discussing it. So this one's very interesting. I forget how much they dive into like the lore of Voldemort and like his backstory and basically like his genealogy. And yeah, it's been fun. And the other audiobook, well, I'm kind of in a weird, I can't decide exactly what audiobook I want to listen to, so I've been kind of all over the place. Surprise! I'm also listening to the next book in the Robin Hobb series that I've been reading this year. City of Dragons is what it's called. And I haven't listened to enough of this one to really say exactly how I feel about it, but I stand by what I've said in the past, where this is not my favorite series out of Robin Hobb's work. So this is the Rainwild Chronicles, which is one of the series in the overarching Realm of the Elderlings universe that Robin Hobb has, which her writing is fantastic. Like, there's nothing wrong with the writing in this series. However, it's just kind of like the characters, I do feel like some of them are having some really good arcs, but I don't know, I just don't feel as connected to them as I did in the other series. So the Live Ship Traders and obviously the Fitz and the Fool, which is kind of the main one. So yeah, I don't know what that means necessarily. I'm not feeling as connected to the characters, I guess. Second present done. Hey. Hello guys, welcome back. Hey, yeah, please excuse the way I look. I just got out of the bath, but it was really nice and relaxing, and I still have my glass of wine, which is refreshing. So I just came on here to talk about this book. This one right here. I'm about this far in, so not a ton. Probably like 1/4 of the way through. But I'm really enjoying it. I forgot how much I enjoy these characters and the story and like the humor, the like found family trope of it all, and like the heist elements. It's very fast paced, very action packed. I'm almost 200 pages through and the plot just keeps rolling. Like, I love how quickly they're diving into everything. I love the varying perspectives that they do in these books. Again, I think I mentioned this earlier, but this is the second book in the Six of Crows series. I've never read anything else by Leigh Bardugo. You guys let me know if I should read anything else by her. I probably will, just because like I've really enjoyed this. So I want to pick up more in her universe, but not quite sure of what order to do, so we'll see. But I definitely wanted to go into this one since I read the first one. So yeah, let me know if you guys have read these. I'm really enjoying it so far. I love Kaz. I think he's a very complex and interesting character. I think obviously he's very like aloof and seemingly has no feelings, but I think he's got feelings under there, you know, they're there. So especially for Inej, who is probably my favorite character, I think. I don't know. Our girl Nina is going through it. So again, maybe spoilers for the first book in these, but I don't know, maybe not. Not really. I didn't remember a lot from the first book, so I had to read like a Wikipedia summary before this, because there is a lot of like the fantasy elements in this one. So enjoying it so far. I'm gonna wrap some more presents and then probably play some more Sea of Stars. So see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, it's Thursday and I am waiting on Hunter, my husband, to get out of work so that we can go to a Game Awards party, which is really fun. The Game Awards are tonight, and some of our friends and us are having like a viewing party, which is gonna be fun. I got my Starbucks because I'm tired after a long day at work, but I really want to go hang out with everybody and watch the Game Awards and see what kind of fun surprises there's gonna be. If you guys don't know, I do run a gaming podcast with my friend Jerica. Would love if you guys would check it out if you're interested in gaming. I also stream on Twitch sometimes, just various different games that I play. So would love if you followed me over there. That is when I'm not reading, I am playing video games. So those are my two main hobbies. But yeah, so I'm just waiting, and I figured I would do like a little reading update while I wait on him. I might run into Barnes & Noble really quick, again for the second time this week. But so far I have read a little bit more of Six of Crows today, or not Six of Crows, I keep saying that, Crooked Kingdom, the sequel, and still really enjoying it. Still really action packed. I forgot how much I loved these characters. I have fallen back in love with all of them, and Kaz and Inej just make my little heart break and also smile at the same time. And Nina and Matthias. But anyways, that's not a spoiler, that's just like where that's pretty self-explanatory. But anyways, I finished the audiobook for Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. That is the third book in this like cozy mystery series. I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first two, I'll be honest. Like, there were a couple points that were a little for me, but it was still really good. Would recommend this series. It's like it's like a cozy mystery, so it's like, I don't really know how else to describe it besides like it's not super serious. Like, there's a lot of humor within it, which is fun. Finley is a single mom. She's divorced, and so you also have like those like family dynamics that she's a little bit older. It's an adult mystery, but it's not super serious. It calls it like it is. Like, she has this babysitter, and so there's an unlikely friendship, and basically she gets mistaken as like a hitman, and because she just like finds a body and somebody thinks that she did it, based on what they overhear. And so she gets like roped up into this like world of like mob bosses and like all this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, she's just like a mom trying to make it. And so it's funny. There's a lot of really good messages, but this last one, it just was a little, and there's also like a romance subplot as well. And there's like a love triangle, unlikely relationship, things like that. Lots of good stuff in there. Would definitely recommend, even though this third one wasn't the best out of all of them, but the first two felt really good. So I finished that. I'm almost done with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I'll probably finish that this evening, if not tomorrow. It's probably gonna be a minute until I finish a physical book because of how long this is. My goal is to finish this by the end of the month for sure. I think I can definitely do it. And then the other physical book I'm reading is the book club book, the Christmas Appeal that I talked about earlier this week. And I haven't really read any more of that because it's pretty short. So I'm going to save it until closer to when we meet. So I'm going to run in here really quick. I'll take you along with me. Maybe I'll buy some gifts. We'll see. Guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just, you know, catching up, seeing what we're all reading. I would love if you guys would comment what your current read is so we can just chat about it, see who's read it, see who hasn't. I did want to just update you guys that I did finish Crooked Kingdom. I'm filming this outro a little bit after the weekly vlog that I did, and it was a little bit shorter, so I just wanted to kind of like compile some thoughts here. Also, I just watched the Barbie movie and it was so good. I can't believe I waited so long to watch it. Like, I just think it had a really great message and it was just really well done. The acting was really great. Margot Robbie is phenomenal. Ryan Gosling did a really good job. America Ferrera, I love her as well. But it was fantastic. I think everyone should watch it. Women, men, like everyone. Very emotional, but like not it. I kind of had hyped it up a little in my head, like thinking it was gonna be like I was just gonna be like sobbing, but it wasn't like that. Like it wasn't as intense as I thought it was gonna be. So you should definitely check it out. So besides that, again, like I said, I finished Crooked Kingdom, which that was very emotional. I love that duology so much. I really want to read the rest of Leigh Bardugo's books. Let me know if you have any tips on where I should start from here. I read Six of Crows a couple years ago and it was my favorite book at the time, and so Crooked Kingdom, 5 stars, 100% would recommend. I can't remember what my last update was, but I'm sure obviously you saw it recently, so would totally recommend this duology. It is very it reminded me a lot of, like I said, like it's very dark and gritty. The like environment that you're in is this like fantasy grounded in reality, like I mentioned. Sometimes there's a lot of like terms thrown around and there is a decent amount of stuff to remember. If you read it physically, there's a glossary in the back of like characters and tells you like who they are. The magic system, I feel like, is fairly simple to understand, and honestly it's not the main plot of the book. Like this is my coffee, by the way, in my mug that my friend Katie got me for Christmas. The main plot is like the circle of friends / gang members that make up this book, and you get all of their different perspectives around this like mission that they have, and like all of them dealing with their past and how it affects their present. It just has a lot. There's a lot in it, and I think it's all really well done. The writing is very good. I would recommend this as an entry into fantasy because it is more character focused and less huge world, very intricate. So that's my thoughts on Crooked Kingdom. One of my favorite reads of the year, which if you're wondering, I will be doing that. I will do like a whole favorite books of 2023. I have a lot of fun videos planned for the end of the year and for the beginning of next year of things I want to reflect on. We did just have our year wrap up for our book club, which I want to do a whole video on that. Let me know if you would be interested in it. just kind of breaking down like how we do our book club, how we did it last year versus how we're going to do it next year, all the books we read. Some of them are some of my favorite books of the year. Obviously, we read 12 books. Each book was like a different theme, and we all got to pick 3 books each throughout the year. So that was really fun, and I want to do like a recap on all of the books that we read for that, kind of going into detail. So again, let me know if you'd be interested in that. I'm gonna make it. Hopefully y'all like it. And yeah, I'm a big stats person. I really think stats are very interesting, not because like I think that the more books you read, the better it is. Like really, that none of that matters to me. I just happen to read a lot. I also plan on doing a video one day on like why I'm able to read so much. Majority of it, just letting you know, is how fast I read audiobooks. I have to have them, like I can't stand when people talk slow. And so I can't listen to audiobooks on 1 time speed. I listen to at least 2 times speed, sometimes 2.5. And anything less than that sounds like slow motion to me. I'll just be honest. It's crazy. So I also finished, I can't remember if I said if I started this or not in this vlog, but The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, and it was absolutely phenomenal too. I had 2 bangers right in a row. That one was also 5 stars. So that was really cool. This is something different than what I normally read. This is fantasy, but it's actually like pirates mainly focused on. This really cool female main character who is Muslim, and that's not like her core personality trait, like that's just an aspect of her life, which I find interesting. She's also a single mother, and she is like retired of like a really like renowned career as a pirate, and one of her former crew members, her daughter, went missing, and so they like recruit her to help, but it turns into this whole like thing. And so I don't want to spoil anything. You should definitely go into this blind. But my friend Cody wrote a really, if I can remember, I'll link it down below. He wrote like a really in-depth review. I haven't had time to do that yet, I'll just be honest. That's one of my goals for next year, is to be more consistent with my reviews. But needless to say, I thought it was fantastic. So a lot of good success came from this week. So we'll see what happens next week. So next week is Christmas, which is wild. Don't know where December went, but I'm looking forward to making more videos, being a little bit more consistent. December is always a crazy month for me, so I had some other plans that I couldn't necessarily get to. I also have plans of doing a book comparing books to video games video. So that's something I'm also looking into, because 2 of the books that I read in this video reminded me a lot of video games. Amina al-Sarafi reminded me a lot of Sea of Stars, which is what I'm playing currently. And then Six of Crows Duology reminded me a lot of the Arkham games. So just because of the environment mainly. So that'll be coming soon as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.